Athletes, welcome back to another great day of fitness. We've got two 10-minute AMRAPs separated by a 2-minute rest. We've got Kevin, we got Ray, we got push-ups, air squats, rows, and running. So get ready, fitness is coming your way. Your warm-up is starting in 10 seconds, so I want you guys to go ahead and get to where you're running. Our athletes are gonna get to the runners. We are starting in 3, 2, 1 with a walk. So right now, I want you guys just to start moving for me. If you don't have running distances marked out where you're at, what we're looking for is that you're gonna wanna go 2 minutes out and then 2 minutes in. What that's gonna give you is roughly an 8-minute mile. So if you don't have that running track marked out, go ahead, use the warm-up time or use a little bit of time before you start the workout so that you can figure out exactly how far you need to go. If you try to figure that out during the workout, your 800 meter is gonna be much shorter because you're gonna be tired, especially if you try to base it off of that second portion of the workout. So right now, we're just gonna keep this walk going for about a minute. We've got 20 seconds left. I'm gonna have you guys get back to the runners and then back to the running track in just a moment so you can pick it up to speed to get yourself a little bit more warmed up before we get started. So we've got 10 seconds left. Make sure that you're keeping your chest up, shoulders back, and stay relaxed here. 800 meters may seem like a lot, but I promise it'll go by like nothing. And if it doesn't, you'll still make it all the way through that run. Go ahead and relax, hop off of those runners, and I want you guys to go into tempo air squats now. So with our tempo air squats, what we're gonna do is we wanna go a 3 count down. You can do your 3 counts, but make sure that you are going down slower than what you're coming up. I want you to use these reps to figure out your full range of motion. At this time, if we need to make some modifications, take a wall ball, put it on the floor to give ourselves a target to go down to, we are more than welcome to. If you guys usually do our modified versions where we have a chair, you can grab a chair and set that up. Just make sure that we are getting as close to or below parallel as possible. I know that it's tempting to stop above parallel, but we want to try to get full range of motion, use those joints to our full capacity. We're gonna go ahead and relax here. Now we're gonna get down on the floor and we're gonna go into hand release push-ups. So I'm gonna have Ray go down to her knees for this, and I'm gonna have Kevin do full reps. With this, you guys are gonna go down to the floor. I want you to bring both hands off the floor for just a moment, and then you're gonna push back through. The variation that Ray is doing is a modified push-up on her knees. I prefer to have an elevated push-up. So if you find that you are unable to do a full push-up like Kevin is doing where he's on his hands and his toes, I would like you guys to grab a box so that you can elevate your body and then you can do your push-ups at an incline. For today, we're working with what we have and we're gonna be working on the floor, especially if you don't have equipment available and this is the only option you have. Go ahead and relax for me. I want you guys to go ahead and stand up. Ray is gonna move to her dumbbell and Kevin's gonna move to his towel. What we're gonna do is that we've got tempo rows. So the tempo rows are gonna look like this. We're gonna pull up, pause for just a second, and then go down slow with it. The same thing with Kevin. He's gonna pull, and then he's gonna go down slowly with that. I'm gonna challenge Kevin to go down for a 3, 2, 1, perfect. I want you guys to continue going through reps here. On our rows, we always wanna make sure that when we're pulling, we're retracting those shoulder blades first and then pulling with our elbows. If you guys are pulling into this position and we get the T-Rex arms, that's a no-go. It's not bicep day. We're working on our back, so we wanna make sure we get a nice strong pull as we go through. Ray's keeping a great position with her torso so that she's loaded in her hamstrings and not on her low back. Go ahead and relax, athletes. I want you guys to go ahead and make your way back to your runners. What we're gonna do here is we've got 30 seconds on the runners that we're either gonna run, jog, or we can continue to walk. You pick what you are going to do on this portion, but get yourself warmed up. We're coming up to the close of this warm up, so I wanna make sure you can get yourself up to speed with what you're gonna do in the workout. Now, if running is not your style and that's difficult for you, I challenge you to give it a shot during this workout. If you wanna run for 10 seconds and walk for 20, you're more than welcome to. But see if we can push ourselves a little past our comfort zone for today's workout. We're gonna rest in 3, 2, 1, and that is it. The warm-up is over, the fitness is coming. Make sure you turn your cell phones on silent, grab some water, take care of the dog, do whatever you need to, because we are about to start. Athletes, our workout is starting in 10 seconds, so go ahead and make your way to where you are doing your run, your walk, or your jog. We've got 5, 3, 2, 1, go. With this workout, you guys have 2 10-minute AMRAPs or 2 as many reps as possible of a buy-in of an 800-meter run. So athletes are running for 800 meters. If you guys need to walk this, if you need to jog it, you most definitely can. If you're gonna be walking today, I want you walking for 4 minutes. I'm aiming to give you guys 5 to 6 minutes on the work portion of this. So when our athletes get done with their runners, they are gonna move into air squats and push-ups. Like I said, I'm looking for about 5 to 6 minutes of work on that. So you're not sprinting all out in this portion. This is a nice warm-up piece. You should be holding what your average mile time would be if you were running, say, a 2 to 5K. So effort-wise, we're looking at about a 70% effort on this run. So don't go crazy here. Remember, the faster you finish on the run, the more push-ups and air squats you have to do. So if that's your goal, go all out. But for the majority of everyone, I would recommend a nice moderate pace here. You should be able to control your breathing. Keep yourself relaxed. Keep those hands relaxed. Keep your eyes on the horizon and get these 800 meters in. If you guys are not sure of your distances, or if you're on a treadmill that doesn't have a monitor that's working, you're gonna go for 4 minutes total. If you're running outside, that's 2 minutes out and then 2 minutes back. So nice deep breaths, focus on that breathing, stay relaxed here, and we are going to get to those air squats and push-ups very soon. After we finish this 10-minute portion, we're gonna have 2 minutes of rest, and then we're gonna do it again, but we'll be doing air squats and our row variation for that second workout. Both of our athletes today, we've got Ray and Kevin. They are staying nice and relaxed. They are using the air runners today, which are self-propelled. If you guys have never been on one of these, the further up you move, the faster it goes. There's no motor in this except for the athlete, so you have to stay relaxed here. If you guys are on a treadmill, like a regular treadmill that's motor powered, keep that pacing at something that you can maintain, that you're not gonna have to mess around with the speed controls during this run portion, because again, we're at a nice moderate effort. I'm looking at 65 to 70% here. I'm not looking at setting a world record for myself on an 800-meter run today. It's nice and moderate, and I'll challenge you even more. Whatever run time you set in this first portion of this workout, I wanna see that same run time in the second portion. So if you're going too fast and you say there's no way I can ever run an 800-meter in my life again this fast, I need you to slow it down right now, because you're gonna do that in the second round. Set this same pace. So focus on that breathing. If those shoulders are starting to get up towards your ears, I want you guys to relax there. Keep your arms loose. I want you to just relax. Think about all those lovely air squats and push-ups that are coming your way. If that's something that you're not looking forward to, you can slow it down just a little bit, because that'll give you a little bit less time to work on those. But stay relaxed in this run. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Both of our athletes are 3:20 into this run. So we're getting close to that 4-minute mark if you guys are going based off of time. Again, if you're unsure of distances wherever you're at, always use the time before the workout to mark those distances out. I will always give you the time that we're looking for of how far I want you to run out. And then of course, if you run out that far, you've got to run back the same amount of distance to get back to me. Ray is almost done with this run. Kevin is right on her heels. Athletes are making fantastic time on this run. And Ray is finished. And Kevin is right behind her. It's almost like they had this pacing planned out perfectly. So if you guys are still running, keep up that pace. Don't freak out if other people are finishing around you. Stay at your pace, go the full distance. Do not cut that run short. Both athletes here are onto their air squats. We're making sure that we're going at a good speed on these, but do not go so fast that you are not getting below parallel and you are not reaching full extension at the top. If you need a cue for yourself, think about getting your chest as high as possible at the top of the squat, and that will automatically open up your hips. Both of our athletes are neck and neck. We are on to push-ups now. So with our push-ups, this is very, very easy to cheat. Range of motion here. I want chest in full contact with the floor, and then you've got to get to full extension. I do not want the upper portion of your abs to get in contact with the floor. It is your chest and the ground. If you guys need to modify to an incline push-up or push-ups to your knees, you are more than welcome to. And most importantly, make sure you're counting your rounds and your reps on this. It's not just about the competition. If you don't know what rep you're on, you're back at 0. And I'm serious about that. We've got Ray and Kevin back onto their second set of air squats. Now, with this workout, air squats are one of those movements that we're more than likely not gonna burn out on. Our legs may start to get tight, so if we need to take a second break, shake those legs out, we can. Push-ups are most definitely something that we can burn out on. So if you guys find push-ups to be a challenging movement, think about from these early sets, breaking it up into 2 sets of 5, or even a set of 4, 3, and 3. Kevin is back onto his air squats. We've got Ray playing it smart, breaking up these push-ups. She's onto her air squats now. With these air squats, we are looking for chest to stay up, knees need to stay out. Now, if you don't know what that means when I say that, wherever my toes are pointing at, my knees need to follow that same track. If I feel like a baby deer and those knees are coming in towards each other, that is knees in, and we are avoiding that at all costs. So knees are always pushing out. Imagine you got somebody's hand on the outside of your knee and you're trying to push against that. You can do that within reason. You can push your feet out too far, your knees out too far to where you rock out onto the edge. If you are losing full contact with your foot in the floor, that's too far. So give me the Goldilocks knees and I want it just right, all right? Now we got Kevin moving back into air squats. I think I can see in his face, he's questioning this pacing because he knows that I'm gonna make him maintain this the remainder of this workout. Ray is doing a great job of chipping away at these push-ups, giving me great reps from both athletes. I've got great news. We still have 3 minutes and 10 seconds of this workout left. So if you guys have pushed the pace like our athletes, I want you to maintain this pace. You've set the standard for yourself, so I need to be able to see this continued all the way through. Kevin is gonna continue to go unbroken on all of our movements. We've got Ray working through her air squats, doing a fantastic job of getting below parallel. Now I mentioned this in the warm-up, but if you have difficulty finding where parallel is, and even if you're 100% confident that you get below parallel, I would challenge you to set up your camera, film yourself so that you can verify, and if you find that you're hitting right above parallel, give yourself a target to squat down to. Most often when we're doing a range of motion and we've cut that end range, we're gonna be weak there, and we never wanna work on our weaknesses. We only wanna work on the stuff that we're good at. So if you find that you're squatting right above parallel, I'll challenge you guys today to give yourself a small item that you can squat down to that can support your body weight. So if we lose our balance and we have to fully sit on that, you got it there. But that's gonna give you the cue to go down, make contact with, and then stand. Kevin is maintaining this blistering pace on his air squats and his push-ups. We're getting all the way down to the floor with our chest, not just Kevin's beard, but his chest is making contact with the ground. We've got a quick rest there. Kevin's starting to reevaluate his fitness choices in this workout, as any mature athlete should, because it is not about trying to go as unbroken as possible. When we're going through a workout like this where we've got a good amount of time to work on 2 movements, we want to find that maintainable pace. Because if you get yourself to a place where you're burning out, then you're just going to end up frustrated when you get down to singles and doubles and maybe a triple, but then back down to your singles. So Ray is being smart with the way that she's breaking up these push-ups. We broke them up into sets of 5. Now she's going sets of 3 to 4, and we're getting off of our hands before we get to that point where we look like an overloaded piece of machinery and we start getting the shakes where we're like, So if you feel like burnout is coming up in 2 reps, stop there, shake those arms out, give yourself a second to rest, and then get right back into it. You've got 50 seconds left in this first 10-minute AMRAP. And then the great news is you got 2 minutes of rest, and then we get to run again. You guys are doing fantastic. We've got 40 seconds left. Keep chipping away. If you find that you're starting to fatigue really heavily and you need to adjust your rep schemes that you're doing here, break it up into smaller pieces. Just keep moving for me. Nice deep breaths. Keep yourself relaxed as possible. These air squats are a time that you can utilize the chance to shake your arms out so that you can get your blood back into it and then get into your push-ups. We've got 15 seconds left. Get these final reps in. If you've got anything here, I need you to push, push, push. If you can get some final push-ups and big sets, let's go, let's go, let's go. We've got 5 seconds. 3, keep going, 2, 1, and rest. You have 2 minutes. Fantastic job, athletes. Now during this time, I don't want you guys to just stand around. Don't just stand here and stare at the camera. You can smile though if you like. I want you guys to keep moving for me. So get on the runner, get yourself moving. If you have your running track that you're going on, you're gonna have about 30 seconds out, 30 seconds back. I want you back here with about an extra minute or extra 30 seconds so that we can get ourselves prepped for the second portion. Now, to brief you on the second workout that we have coming up, it's gonna be a 10-minute AMRAP again. So with this, we have our 800-meter buy-in. If you didn't realize, I have sneakily tricked you into running a mile or walking a mile today. So if you didn't think you could do a mile, you're doing it today. Now, we're gonna use the same distance that we used the first time. Pacing wise, if you guys finished up your your 800 meter in 4 minutes on that first workout, I want you to get as close to that as possible. I'm not looking for you to beat that time. I want you to maintain that same pacing because remember, after this buy-in is done, the remaining time we are going back to air squats and then we have the crush grip row with our dumbbell or we have our towel rows. So you could already tell from that first portion with the amount of time that you earned, that's quite a bit of work that you've got on those two movements. So we want to make sure that we are maintaining our first pace that we had on that run. And then when we get into the air squats, you should have a pacing in mind that you want to stick with there. And then we will be moving on to that rowing portion. We've hit the front side of our body, and now we're going to the posterior and hitting that back for some good balance. You've got 20 seconds left. So if you guys want to slow it down, reset your monitors. We've got 15 seconds and then we will go into our second run. Now remember, if you guys do not have a monitor that you're using, it's 2 minutes out, 2 minutes back. We're going in 5, 3, 2, 1, go! Now we just got done with those air squats and those push-ups, so our upper body's gonna be tight, our lower body's gonna be tight. As much as possible, I want you guys to try to relax here. If you need to shake those arms out on the run, you're more than welcome to. With these air squats that we're doing in this workout, it makes running very, very difficult. So if you need to keep a little bit of a slower pace during this first minute or so to get yourself kind of worked out and get that blood back into your body from your legs, you're more than welcome to, and then we can find that pace again. We are aiming to hit the same time that we got on our first 800 with the second 800 that we've got. As always, when we're running, we're focused on keeping our eyes on the horizon. We want our shoulders to relax, to be relaxed. With your hands, those hands are gonna be moving, and you can even use the cue of thinking about keeping rolls of nickels in your hands. I know it sounds really, really strange, but that will keep your hands relaxed. And think about letting those arms move back and forth as you run. And we want to focus on nice deep breaths because when we run, if it's a movement that we don't particularly enjoy, you'll hold your breath because you're mad. It's like you're 2 years old again and you're not getting what you want. I don't want to be running right now, so I'm not going to breathe. I want nice deep breaths here. Keep yourself relaxed. This is not going to last forever. You are making yourself better right now. Now, if you guys are doing this workout and you find that you need to drop your pacing down because running is something that is challenging for you, you guys can slow it down to a walk and you can alternate back and forth between a run and a walk. If you guys do change it up to where you're gonna be going for, say, 10 seconds of running, 20 seconds of walking, I would like you to keep it on that 4.5 minute time frame that we work on that running portion so that you've got about 6 minutes to work on our row and our air squats. Athletes are 2 minutes into this run, so if you guys had that 4 minute pace, you should have just hit around your 400 meter mark, and then this is the back half of the run. Again, if this is your first time running in a workout in a really long time, I applaud you. I know how difficult it is to get back into a movement that we may not particularly enjoy, but pushing yourself and even doing it in increments, like I said, switching back between the run and the walk is a huge win for the day. A lot of times we get the mentality that if we don't do it exactly as written on the board, then we failed or we haven't done as good as we could have. That is not true. What I want from you guys today is the same thing I want every day, is the best that you can bring in this workout. So, there could have been a time that you could have run 1,600 meters without breaking a sweat, and now 800 meters is a huge struggle. Get that 800 meters in. Work with what you got to today, because you are getting better just by showing up. We are so happy to have you guys here every single day with these workouts. It makes me happy, it makes our camera guy happy, it makes our athletes happy. So give us that distance, get this run in, challenge yourselves. We are looking at 3:15 on the clock, so we have gone 3/4 of the way for both of our athletes here, because I'm gonna hold them to around that 4-minute mark that they hit for their first run. We're gonna see if they can do it. I'm checking monitors. I'm making sure for anybody counting at home that these monitors are hitting the correct distance. Again, as a reminder, when we get done with this run, you guys are gonna be going into your air squats, and then you have those rows. We used a tempo row for the warm-up. These rows in the workout are regular, so you guys do not have to tempo those at all. You can go at a normal speed, making sure that we are coming up, pulling back with those elbows, getting full range of motion, contraction with our back, and then full extension down at the top. The same thing on our towel rows. We got the 4-minute mark there. Kevin is a machine on a machine. He actually went faster this time. That was about 4 seconds faster. Ray hit it dead on with her pacing on the first one. Now we're back into those air squats. Welcome back, quads. We are feeling this in our legs because we have now run a total of 1 mile, or we have walk run a total of 8 minutes, which is a lot. So going straight into air squats here is gonna be difficult. If you guys need to pace this out, we are going a little bit slower and use this opening set as something to get those legs opened up again. Then we can pick it back up to the pace that we think we can maintain for the remainder of the time. Now, Kevin is moving into his towel rows. On our towel rows, the more of an incline, the less of an incline and the more of a lean back that we have, it's gonna make that movement more difficult. So he's going through 10 reps here. We've got Ray getting a great position once again where she's loaded up with her hamstrings and her glutes on this movement. If you guys lean over and you feel this loaded completely in your back, I want you to adjust so that we feel that more in our hamstrings. The correct position can be found by taking our hips and simply pushing them back and focusing on keeping those shins vertical, versus if I get into almost a squat position, that's where it's gonna emphasize low back, and we want to avoid that. Getting into that bent over position will engage hamstrings, glutes, and low back, but if it's all on your lower back, that's a no-go. We don't want to put ourselves in a bad position that can't handle the proper loading. Both of our athletes are back to air squats. Again, they don't give me a lot to correct here. So if you guys are at home and you feel those heels sneaking off the floor, get your heels back down. Make sure you're keeping your knees out. We're super tired right now because we've just gone through that mile of running. We're on the second 10-minute AMRAP, and it's super easy to drop that chest. Keep your chest up nice and high, shoulders back, eyes on the horizon. Ray and Kevin are back onto the rows. Again, we are working on pulling with those elbows and making sure that if we had a pencil between our shoulder blades, we're trying to squeeze that when we go back into that full row. Kevin is back onto his air squats. I'm gonna make sure he keeps those toes in contact with the floor. Ray's doing a great job of pacing herself out. She slowed down a little bit on her reps to give herself a little bit of a break at the top, which is a great strategy. If you guys are going so fast that we're starting to cheat that range of motion, or we're getting to a place where we're getting lazy with our form, I need you to slow it down slightly. I want you to move consistently, but I also want you to move well. For our time, we are looking at the 3-minute mark coming up. So we've got 3 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. You guys are still moving steady here. You know, during that last minute, I'm gonna have you up the pace just like we did in the first 10-minute AMRAP. So I need you guys moving consistently here. Focus on your breathing with both movements. So if we are going on our row, we are breathing out when we pull, so it's, and then we think about when we are squatting, we are gonna breathe out when we're standing. So if you watch, you can see the subtle movement of Kevin's whiskers moving every time he breathes out on the way up from the air squat. We want to make sure that we are maintaining that pace, maintaining that form. We are almost done with this workout. You guys have come so far. We are coming up on the 2-minute and 20-second mark. So that means you guys have been moving for almost 18 minutes right now. So keep it up. This is one of our longer workouts. It's always great to get a mix between short, fast workouts and then these longer, moderate pace workouts. Kevin is back onto his towel rows. doing a fantastic job. Again, when we're pulling with those rows, we are thinking about pulling right around sternum level so that our forearms are going to be, if we are faced towards the floor, pointed down towards the ground. I don't want you guys to have those arms inched up like this into that T-Rex or the sassy kitten, whatever. We want neither. Sassy kittens are cute, but they got no place in today's workout. We got a minute 40 on the clock left, so this is the time. We've got to get ourselves mentally prepared. Our pace is about to increase. We are coming up on our final minute, and I will be there all the way with you to motivate you to the very end. We're gonna get all the reps that we possibly can in that final minute. You guys have 20 seconds before the final minute. So we got a minute 20 left. Keep yourselves moving. We are almost there. I'm going to make you speed up in 10 seconds, so keep moving for me, guys. We've got 5, we've got 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to start to increase your pace slightly, all right? So we're not going full out right now. I just want you to go a little bit faster than what you were. I'm gonna ask you to increase that pacing about every 20 seconds, maybe every 10 seconds. We're gonna be moving. I'm gonna make Kevin transition faster between his movements here. We have 40 seconds left, so go ahead and bump that intensity up a little bit higher. I want you guys to start speeding up, but do not sacrifice your form. We're below parallel and at full extension at the top. You guys have 30 seconds left, so let's bump it up a little bit more. We are climbing right now. We are pushing, pushing, pushing. You guys can maintain this. Let's go. We have 20 seconds left, so I want a little bit more. Let's get it up, get it up, get it up. Push, push, push. Keep going. You know I'm going to do it to you one more time. We've got 10 seconds left. Give me everything you have. Ray, come on, speed it up. Let's go, Kevin, all the way through these reps. We've got 5 and 3, 2, 1, time. And that is it. Ray, fantastic job. Kevin, fantastic job. Everybody at home, you did wonderful. Thank you so much. You got your cool down coming up next, so be sure that you don't skip that. And once again, great job, athletes. Athletes, thank you so much again for showing up today. You guys brought the fitness. We had a great time with you. Now, if you enjoyed yourself, or even if you didn't enjoy it a lot, but you know that this was good for you and you got a little bit fitter today, we want you to join the Mayhem Athlete community. The Mayhem Athlete community offers a variety of workouts that will range from functional fitness to CrossFit to bodybuilding to at-home workouts to workouts on the road. Wherever you can move, Mayhem Athlete has a workout that you could do at that place. So remember, if you're not a part of the Mayhem Athlete community, you'll find a group of like-minded athletes that will push you towards your goal, whether you're just trying to be a better version of yourself every day or you want to get it all the way to the competition floor. Now, this is where I get serious. This is always the most serious portion. The cameraman's making faces at me because he knows how serious this is, but we have our cool down somewhere here. So your body just took care of you, so please, please, please take care of your body, and it benefits me none. This only benefits you. I want you to be better, so do your cool down, please, and eat your vegetables, and make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep and enough water every day to keep yourself hydrated. Now, I always have to tell you this as well. Remember, be good, be kind, and join us again next time for our next workout. Thank you, guys.